Rúben, congratulations. After a difficult week at the football club, do you take satisfaction not just from the win, but the fact that you provided the supporters with an entertaining game?
We'll get back to Rúben Amorim in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And also, you know how this works. If you've got something to say, please put it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments. Anyway, in this clip, it's not even a clip, it's the post-match press conference of Rúben Amorim, our illustrious manager, after the 3-2 win against Ipswich Town in the Premier League. And he's going to be giving his thoughts on Garnacho, the performance, and all that good stuff, and also Onana, etc., etc. Stick around after the clip because the Big D is going to be giving his thoughts on what our talented young manager has to say. Here he is.
I think this is really important, well deserved by the fans. The support was amazing, and I felt that since the day one, they just want to see a team fight until the end, no matter what the situation. And I think we did that today, and you have that feeling of connection with the fans. All the things in the game were against us, and we fight through that, and was a good win for us.
Hi, Rúben. Congratulations on the win also. When you took Alejandro off, what was the thinking behind that, and did he have permission to go into the dressing room as well?
Oh, I was cold and wet, maybe. The thinking was that we were play more in the 5-3-1. I know that is a risk because you are taking one, maybe the only player now that he has 1-against-1 in pace. But I felt the team was okay in controlling of the game, almost in the half time. And then we make the substitution, and we had to choose someone to go out. We have to think about set pieces also, so it was my choice.
That must be very pleasing that if you thought about set pieces, you've got 3 goals from dead ball kicks as well.
Yes, and we talk about that many times here when we are suffering goals, and you talk about Carlos and change with Andreas. We are in the same team, and today they win the game for us, so the credit for them.
Richard. Hi, Rúben. I want to talk a bit more about set pieces. And did you imagine when you took over that would be such a big threat for the team?
No, it was one thing that I felt here is completely different than if you play abroad. The contact with the defenders, especially with the goalkeepers. So we adapt. I think we are improving the way we defend, but also the way we attack set pieces. And like today, change the game.
You played with 10 men for a long time tonight, the same against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Liverpool at Anfield as well was another good performance. I know that your idea is probably to play more proactive football eventually, but do you think the players perhaps are more comfortable being on the back foot at the moment and playing that way?
I think that is clear, but it's hard for me. So sometimes it's like you are fighting. That's why, and I make that analysis also. When we are together, if we have players like Harry Maguire and Mate de Ligt defending the box, they are really strong. But then when they have to cover a lot of space, the game change for them. So I know that, but I have to not just think about now. Of course, we need to survive, but it's really hard for me to play like we play in the second half. But I feel that the players are more comfortable sometimes defending in the low block.
Great to win tonight, but how much have you got to improve, and where have you got to improve if you're going to get anything out of this season against the likes of Fulham and Sussex?
We have to improve in every aspect. We lack of some characteristics in our squad to play in the different way. We need to have more possession, and I felt that today we were more calm with the ball, especially in the beginning, and especially after we suffered the first goal. I think Bruno was really important on that. Sometimes we want Bruno higher in the pitch to be near the goal, but sometimes we need Bruno also building up, and I think he was really good on that today, because he's really confident with the ball no matter what the context. we clearly need to create more chances, and especially we need to score more goals. I think that is a big issue in our team, and when we think in the future, we need to address that.
And no more horrible starts. I mean, that was an awful start.
Yeah, was the same, but sometimes you everybody when they watch that ball were thinking, here we go again. But then sometimes football is like that, and we manage to fight all the situations during the game, and I think we truly deserve the 3 points today.
Hi, Rúben, can I just ask you a question, please? Just clarify, you're not unhappy with Alejandro Garnacho then for going down there?
You are making a connection with Rashford, right?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. What I'm saying is that I'm going to talk obviously with Garnacho about that. So I will talk about that if you want in the next press
Okay,
conference.
and just on Onana, what do you think of him as a goalkeeper? Because, all right, maybe it wasn't his fault the first goal, but the second one, and he seems to have that in his locker, these mistakes.
I know it's we have to work on that. Of course we need to improve, not just Andre, but in we have so many problems. If you see a lot of our players in some games make some mistakes that are important in the result of that game. So I don't want to point just for one player. We need to improve as a team.
How's Patrick, Rúben? Obviously,
I think
difficult.
he's
Obviously Premier League. He's a young player. It was a difficult.
The first situation, I think, when you look, he's looking at the ball, is when he look at Andre and then look at the ball, and when he look at the ball, Andre jumps for the ball. It was a misunderstanding the way they connect each other, and then the sent off. The important thing is that I know Dorgu quite well. He don't want to harm anybody, and that is important for me. And then you have this situation, he had that mistake, and then you feel in the game that he was making a lot of runs, trying to win every ball, being aggressive, and sometimes you overdo it, and he has these problems today.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
Thank you.
What a stupid question that guy asked there towards the end. What do you think of Onana as a goalkeeper? Because, blah, 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 blah. What does he expect him to say? Seriously. If there was ever a journalist fishing for a headline comment, a clickbait comment, it was right there and then. If that was Alex Ferguson answering that question, he'd have been sitting there thinking, you're testing my patience there. What an absolutely stupid question. I mean, what's he going to say? Well, it was crap. He was crap tonight. It was his fault for both goals. I'm going to sell him in the summer. Hopefully I'll get, half of what we paid for him so that I can buy David De Gea back. Is that a good enough headline for you? What an idiot. Honestly, some of these journalists, so-called journalists, it's no wonder there's people like the Big D getting more and more views on YouTube. Like the Big D, Goldbridge, the Full-Time Devils guys, Housen, all of those good lads. It's no wonder there's been a rise in YouTube fan journalism, sports journalism, blah, blah, blah. Because if we've got people asking questions like that, then, well, what can I say? When journalism abdicates its responsibility of being good, then someone else steps in. And the Big D's not saying that he's perfect, but I tell you what, I'd ask better questions than that. Good grief. Anyway, yeah, the simple situation with Onana is, well, it could have cost us the game tonight. That's it. That's it. The Big D can say that because the Big D is not the Manchester United manager, and the Big D doesn't have a bunch of games to play where he needs a goalkeeper to play, so he can't kill him. So, but it's not good enough for what we want, and it's a shame to say that because it does look like he's trying. It's not like he looks like he doesn't care. So there's no bad blood towards him from the Big D anyway. because he doesn't look lazy. He just doesn't look good enough. And every now and then he pulls out a world-class save, and you've got to give him his credit when he does that. But it is what it is. But then again, you know, let's just play devil's advocate a little bit. You know, because Schmeichel used to have some clangers, and Van der Sar let a couple in. David De Gea had a little bit of a bad run, but I'm not going to use De Gea as an example in this little analogy, because David De Gea suffered a little bit like what Onana suffered now, because Schmeichel and Edwin van der Sar had world-class teams in front of him, so if they made any clangers, the team would save them and you'd forget about the clangers. So if Schmeichel let one in that he shouldn't let one in, Eric Cantona or Mark Hughes or Andy Cole or Dwight York would score a couple of goals, the team would still win, and that would save the blushes of Peter Schmeichel. It's the same with Edwin van der Sar. If he let a clanger in, Rooney or Ronaldo or Tevez would save him, would spare his blushes. But unfortunately for David De Gea and Andre Onana, they haven't had someone that can spare their blushes, unfortunately. So, yeah. Garnacho. I didn't notice if he went into the dressing room. They were fishing for that one there as well. I mean, if he went in the dressing room, fair enough. I don't see why he would have the hump, to be fair, because it was clearly a tactical substitution. Dorgu got sent off. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. I might have played Garnacho at left wing back, because at the very least he'd have brought pace. But maybe Amorim doesn't trust him with the defensive duties, and that's understandable because he's not a defender. To be fair, you know, we can take we'll take what we can get from him at the moment, and he has been working positively over the past few weeks. So you know, we're not going to go too harsh on Garnacho, but I can't imagine he stormed down there with the hump, because yeah, it was clearly a tactical substitution. And it was absolutely hoying it down in Manchester. And the Big D can testify for that, because the Big D's dad, the Big Ron, was there in the Stretford end. The Big D's dad, who will be making his Big D YouTube channel debut soon. So watch this space for that. Anyway, yeah, so... But, I mean... We've talked about the game. You've seen the game. The Big D's went into a little bit more analysis in a previous video. So if you want a little bit more analysis, please see those previous videos. The Big D doesn't want to go on too much. The Big D enjoyed the game. It was a good game, and you know, a little bit more of that fight, that impetus, that energy. That's what the United fans want. They want to be entertained. They want to be entertained. And as Russell Crowe says in Gladiator, are you not entertained? Well, I was entertained tonight, and we got 3 points. Hey ho, it is what it is. And hopefully the Big D gets a few views from this video. Anyway, what do you guys think? Thoughts in the comments as always. The Big D will see you in the next one.